Hey everyone, it's Manav, and in today's video, I'll be talking about the real reason behind why your viewers actually don't book calls with you. And it's for info product sellers, right? High ticket coaches or course creators, whatever, right? Now, why can't I even speak on this? Well, look for yourself, I mean, right? Booked calls, like inbound DMs, booked calls, and all of these testimonials. I actually booked like 8 inbound coaching calls with only like 26 subscribers, right? But anyways, in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how you can do the same for yourself, or maybe even better, depending on the channel size of yours, right? So that, every video you put out, you will actually know how many dollars you're gonna make from that video. And when you open your calendar, it's filled with qualified leads and whatever, but all that plus I will also be revealing like why your viewers like actually don't book calls with you, so that for the first time ever, you can actually see through things really clearly, and you're just like able to understand them. Just a quick note before we begin, it's for info product sellers, right? High ticket coaches, course creators, whatever. If you want to have this all done for you, you can book a quick call from the second link in the description, right? And yeah, without further ado, let's just begin with it. Now, the actual reason behind why people don't book calls with you, right? Now, this is what my videos used to look like just a few months ago, right? As you can see, like 4 months ago. Now, don't get me wrong, in terms of value, like these videos were really great, right? But since, like I have seen people putting out their first video and not just booking calls but getting piff, right? And I was like, I want to do the same for myself, but I wasn't able to, right? For the first few videos at least. And because of that, I was kind of frustrated, right? I was doing everything, I was providing value, I was recording the videos, but nothing was working, right? And for the few weeks, I started tweaking different things, right? I started changing my offers. I changed my YouTube description, video quality, tags, thumbnails, whatever you can think of. I did it all, right? And I also spent like almost $1,000 in coaching calls and stuff like that. And since YouTube works based on uniqueness, none of them were really able to give a clear answer. But today in this video, I'm gonna give you the clear answer, because like how it works, why it works, and how you can do the same for yourself, right? But all that didn't much help, as I told you. And I was really annoyed with it, but around that week, what happened was like I kind of had like a few anxiety attacks, right? I'm not gonna go into details of that, but long story short, I was looking for solutions about like why it happened with me, like why this anxiety thing was happening with me. And I realized something really important about my business persona also, right? I realized that business is just like, people say that it's just like your personal problems reflecting in your business. And I just thought of that, and I realized that I was bringing people down to how much they could pay me, right? I wouldn't see viewers as viewers. I would just see like, do they have the financial capability of paying me? If yes, then I'm gonna work with them or talk with them in the DMs. If not, I'm not gonna do that. And I just that clicked me, like I just have to look them as humans rather than try and seeing these price tags. And from then on, I spend a heck lot of time on searching about like this psychology thing, human behavior thing, and all of these things. And I was kind of always into it, but that thing just intensified around that period. And that is when I realized like there is a lot more to it than these gurus actually preach about, because they only talk about what worked for them, not what will work for everyone. And which is why like I'm creating this video, because I'm gonna show you exactly how it works. Because if you understand humans, you cannot really go wrong, right? I mean, it all begins with there, right? I mean, like if you understand humans, you create videos that hit really well, and if those videos connect them with really well, they trust you, they like you, why are not they gonna book calls with you, right? So the key, rather than understanding tactics or stuff like that, is just basically understanding humans, right? Maybe just like that, right? My channel is still small, but we'll see like where it goes, right? And based on these understanding, I created a system, right? And like a really big misconception that people have, like, oh, like you have to spend years on psychology and stuff. Not really. I got my clients results from it in just like a few weeks of working together. I'm gonna show you proof below, right? And just a few weeks after I created this system, this happened, right? Yeah, like this is crazy, but like I booked my first ever inbound call with only 6 subscribers, even though it was a no-show, right? I will be honest, but still, like it just gave me like a huge momentum for me to book calls later, right? And now I book like real qualified calls, right? Now, what is this system? So I created this system for myself, right? It's called human bias content ecosystem. And like I know that it sounds like some kind of rocket science or whatever. I promise it's not, right? And I'm gonna show you exactly how simple it is. But Before that, let me just tell you like why will it specifically work for you, because it's really important, right? Because people just preach things that worked for them, right? Not what will work for you. So I'm going to show you exactly why will it work for you. The thing is like 99% of you watching this video, here's how your video creation process might look like. So the number one thing is ideation. You probably think like, okay, I'm gonna think of someone who is in my niche, and like I'm gonna go through their videos, whichever one got more views, I'm gonna model it. Or very rarely, you create a video in which the idea is of yours own, right? But they really work because like new ideas, like they're not proven, which is why like they work rarely, right? Then for providing value part, you just teach them things that work for you, right? Not like that worked for you and for your clients, but like again, like I'm gonna tell you like exactly what is happening. For packaging is usually outsourced, and then you post the video, correct? And you wanna know what 99,000 other people in your niche do? Exactly the same thing, right? So to put things into perspective, imagine yourself as a person in your own niche where everyone is just saying the same thing, just speaking the same thing. The video, like they just look same. They have like a Miro board or a Google Doc, just like I have, and you're just creating videos. How do you come across? Like how would you really stand out from everyone else? Because if you don't, why would anyone book calls with you, right? Um, the truth is you really need an edge, right? That is what everyone is missing, and that is what this system solves for you, which is why this system will work specifically for you, right? And this system, like exactly does that for you. The system makes sure that you make a real genuine connectionship with your audience that nobody can fake or copy. That is your real advantage, right? Where like like if I told you some like tactical stuff, people can copy it, and like when everyone uses it, it just goes out of market. But now that you make real connectionship with your audience, no one can take that from you, neither can people copy it, right? See how crazy is that? And now coming to the juicy part, which is like how does the system actually work and how you can book insane amounts of calls from it, right? But as the name says, it works on human psychology and its behavior, right? Talking about it, I'm gonna paste some video in the I section, probably here or there, where like you can see, like um you will basically just get a decent understanding on how humans work. But watch that after this video so that like what you're actually doing, right? But anyways, let me tell you like how the system actually works, and more importantly like how you can book calls from it. The thing is like humans have some biases, right? They have some behavior patterns or heuristics through which they take action. Like I'm gonna tell you something really important. Since people are not aware of these behavior patterns or whatever, they think that they thought of the video idea from scratch. They think that they are creating YouTube videos. They think that they want money for some XYZ reasons. It's not really that. There is a part of themselves in shadows, in dark, in their subconscious mind, which controls them from this dark. And what we do in this system is like we directly talk to that person in the dark, which basically controls the action of this body, right? And like I'm gonna tell you exactly how to do it. Really important thing: if your product slash service does not help them um, improve their life, it does not help them make more money, do not use this, because it will not be ethical, and it will bite you back 10 times harder, right? So in this system, we basically very cleverly we deploy these human biases along, like throughout the YouTube video, right? How? Well, I'm gonna share with you a secret bias of mine that I use in almost every single one of my videos, right? And I recently came across it, and it's like really, really crazy bias, and it works like a charm, right? The thing is like 50% of coaches in this like coaching space, they think that people don't book calls with them, so like because of their value. People think that they don't really provide as much value as for them to book calls, so they work on providing more value, and they create 1 hour courses or 2 hour courses, but the outcome remains the same. Because the thing is like, I'm going to tell you exactly how it happens, right? Now, 40% of coaches understand this a bit deeper truth, which is like, audience does not want really more value or insanely long videos. They want connection, they want truth, and they want authenticity, right? But merely like 10% of coaches, or maybe even less, understand this real truth, which is like you gotta do a few things for them to take action. And I'm gonna tell you what are these things. So, first thing, you have to show them that you understand their pain. And most importantly, you can name the exact problem that they are going through, right? So, for example, I'm gonna tell you what, in this video, like I talked about, I was doing the hardest part. I was providing value, recording videos, but I still wasn't booking call. I started tweaking different things, my offer, all of these things. In reality, I mean, like I did these things, but not at the intensity that I spoke, like not with the conviction that I'm talking about them. The reason I talked about them is because, like in my offer deck, I have written your latent conditions, or these are your thoughts, right? Which is why, like, I use these words in my video, right? So that it will connect with you. The thing is, like, the honest thing is, like, you don't really want value, right? If you wanted, like the understanding of human psychology, you would just get bored, you wouldn't watch video, and my channel would tank, right? Which is why, like, you want your pain to be agitated, right? And I'm gonna tell you like what it is, but let me just carry on with it, right? So the thing is, like, I named your exact problem that you were facing. You tweak different things, right? You change your offer, you change your YouTube description, but nothing works, right? You maybe hired someone in the past, some funnel guy in the past, but that did not really help, right? And if you come across with one more of them, you just block their accounts, right? So I know these things because I understand you. I don't see a price tag on your face, but like, it's just that I understand you, or like, at least I like to think so, right? Second thing that your audience want is they want you to like as a person, right? No one in the world books call because, like, someone is really intelligent or really smart. They care a lot more about, like, is he a fun person to work with? That is the only thing that matters, right? And it was a really, like, big moment for me, because I thought that, like, value was everything, but not really. Like, personality plays a really big role if someone is gonna book call with you or not, right? Third thing is, like, like, your audience don't want valuable videos. This is the thing that I was talking about above. They want your videos to just look valuable. This is the key, right? Now my video right now here, it looks valuable, and to some degree it is, right? But it's not everything that I talk about. I could have been talking about a lot more biases. I could have been talking about psychology in a lot more detail, but I don't, because you don't want that thing, right? And that is why, if you check the analytics of these 1 hour long courses, the retention on those courses is hell, right? I have a 40-minute course that I'm gonna put in the description, because, like, it's really good course, right? You should look at it. It helps you understand humans and how you can use that understanding to book more calls, right? And on that video, it has like 15% retention, which is kind of good, right? But on these videos, which is like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, I usually have a retention of 30% or 25%, which is why, like, YouTube push my videos. And the recent one did not work because, like, the thumbnail in that was shit, but whatever. And these were the three things that they want. And there is a bonus thing that they want you to do, right? Which is like, they want you to go to the second link in the description and book a quick call with you. Yeah, if you want to, you can, right? So that, like, you will have this completely done for you. But you want to know the crazy part? You saw the results I got from it above. Here's what my client, like, got, right? So he booked his first ever, like, bro booked his, like, first ever call in just a few weeks of working together. And the part that even I was shocked about was, like, the lead that he got was, like, insanely hot, right? And it was, like, sold even before the call began. But look, like, this is one of my many buyers that I put my clients onto, that I help them with, right? So if you want this system done for you, you can, like, book a quick call from second link in the description. But anyways, if you want to have the free way, the first link in the description, it's about a free course. You can go and watch it. I talk a lot deeper about how humans work and all of these things, and how you can use that understanding to book more calls, right? So yeah, that was it for the video. If you like it, there is a button for it below.